Hello, this is an introduction to the BTEC Level 3 National Extended Certificate in Music Performance. So I'm going to explain to you the different units that a learner has to take to complete this course and this qualification on BTEC Level 3. So this is the size and the purpose at a glance. So St. Joseph's College Sixth Form currently is providing the Pearson BTEC Level 3 National Extended Certificate in Music Performance, which is equivalent in size to 1A level. So any learner who will take this qualification will achieve something that's equivalent to 1A level. So in this qualification, you have 4 units, of which 3 are mandatory and 2 are external. The mandatory content is 83%, and the external assessment is 58%. So this qualification is designed to support progression to higher education when taken as part of a program of study that includes other than BTEC Nationals or A levels. The program gives a broad overview of the sector with a focus on performance, including musical skills development and professional practice. So here are the structure of the qualification. So the mandatory units, as I said, there are 3 mandatory units. 1 is internal and 2 are external. So the learners must complete and achieve at a near pass grade or above in all the mandatory external units and achieve a pass or above in all the mandatory internal units as well. And of course, you've got to complete 1 of the optional units as well, which I'm going to explain very shortly. So here on this table, you have the 3 mandatory units. Unit 1, which is called Practical Music Theory and Harmony, and it's worth, it's delivered on 90 learning hours, and that's internally assessed. So it's assessed within the college. And then you've got Unit 2, Professional Practice in the Music Industry, which is externally assessed. So that's assessed by Pearson. And Unit 3, which is also another mandatory unit, and that's called the Ensemble Music Performance, and that is also assessed by Pearson. Then, after the 3 mandatory units, you've got 4 optional units that you can choose from. So the learner has the opportunity to choose one of these units. So you've got Unit 4, which is Composing Music, Unit 5, which is Music Performance Session Styles, Unit 6, which is Solo Performance, and Unit 7, which is Improvising Music, which I'm going to explain what they are very shortly. So I'm going to start with the mandatory units because these are the most important units within this course and where a learner has to complete to be able to get this qualification. So the first unit, Unit 1, which is Practical Music Theory and Harmony, at a brief glance again, this unit allows learners to develop knowledge and understanding of music theory and harmony and apply their understanding in practical scenarios. So even though you might not be a classically trained musician, you can still take this course if you can play an instrument and if the learner feels that they're a good performer, where in this instance they get the opportunity to learn a little bit more about music theory and be able to apply it within their instrument. Within this unit, the main learning aims are A, B, C, and D. So you have to be able to examine the signs and symbols used in musical notation. B, explore the application of melodic composition based on musical elements. C, explore the application of chords and cadences for composition or arrangement. And D, produce correct musical notation for performance. Moving on to the next unit, Unit 2, Professional Practice in the Music Industry. This one, as I said earlier, is externally assessed. So in this particular unit, there will be an external assessment. So in a brief view, here learners explore what it is to make someone a professional in the music industry and how to put forward a bid for work. So you learn about certain areas of the music industry, how it works, the different roles and responsibilities, contracts, how do contracts work within the entertainment industry, and how an artist or a musician is linked to that as well. Now, when it comes to the assessment, in this unit, you are assessed under supervised conditions. What does that mean? So the learners must be given a task and allowed 3 hours to carry out research under monitored conditions. So that happens in the college. So the learners then must be given 5 hours to complete the task under supervised conditions. So after you've done your 3-hour research, then you're given 5 hours under supervised conditions to complete the task that you're given. So you're monitored for your preparation. And of course, that happens during a time that it's set by Pearson. So there's like a 2-week window for you to do that. During the supervised assessment period, the learners will be asked to create a project plan, budget, rationale, and presentation in response to the music industry scenarios which musicians might reasonably find themselves bidding for. So these scenarios will vary each series and be taken from the range of freelance opportunities available within the music industry, for example, performance events, community projects, and creative enterprises. So because Pearson sets this task, it's also marked by Pearson as well. And you have 2 windows of assessment for this unit. So you can either take it in January or you can take it between May and June. And you also have the opportunity to retake this unit and pass it as well. So moving on to the next unit, Unit 3, which is Ensemble Music Performance. And again, that's another mandatory unit and it's externally assessed. In brief, in this unit, learners work as a part of the musical ensemble and develop their skills and techniques in rehearsal and performance. So basically, in these particular units, the learner has to learn to perform and play with other musicians and be able to demonstrate that they can perform at a good level and be able to interpret different songs given by Pearson. So here you have to develop your rehearsal skills and rehearsal techniques and how you can improve your performance and being able to improve within an ensemble. So Unit 3 is also external, as I said earlier, is externally assessed, which means that in this particular case, you are also assessed under supervised conditions. So the supervised assessment period will be completed in 2 hours for a written activity plus the time stipulated for performance evidence, which totals approximately half an hour to 3/4 of an hour. So in this case, you know, the performance takes place at any point within the year, arranged by the college. And then what happens is that after there is a recording of the performances, which are from songs that the learner has to choose, but the songs are from a list given from Pearson. So in an ensemble, you have to play in a minimum of 3 and a maximum of 8 members. And you have to respond to the choice of repertoire and develop the performance for an audience. So each learner will submit a clearly labeled digital folder completed at 4 milestone stages during the process, responding to prompts provided by Pearson. So you will include a recording, a final recording of your performance, as well as different written work requested by Pearson. So for this particular assessment, it only takes place in May and June, and there's some sample material where learners can help themselves in completing any written tasks for this particular unit. So going back to the structure, so those were the 3 mandatory units. So going now into the optional units, you're able to choose from these 4 units: composing music, music performance session styles, solo performance, and improvising music. And all those are optional units, so each learner has the opportunity to choose one. So very briefly, I'm gonna talk about what those are. So composing music is a unit where you're given 2 assignments where you have to show that you have an understanding about composition, different styles of composition, and on the second assignment, you have to produce 2 pieces of composition for your final submission. On Unit 5, music performance session styles, you develop different style of performance session styles, meaning that you become a good performer and being able to perform for different occasions and different styles of music on your instrument. Unit 6 is solo performance, which is exploring different styles of music and being able to be a good solo performer on your instrument. And Unit 7, it's a unit based on improvising music, being able to create and perform music on the spot. So this is the overall qualification for BTEC Level 3 National Extended Certificate in Music Performance. Thank you very much.